Trees provide many benefits to the residents of Nashville and its visitors. These benefits can save us money by shading our streets and houses and increasing our property values. Getting the right tree in the right place to maximize these benefits can be expensive. Not only do large trees cost a lot of money from the nursery, they are also heavy and require large equipment and labor to properly plant. Metro Nashville has a goal of planting 500,000 trees by 2050. To reach this goal, we will need to plant about 15,000 trees every year from now until 2050. Over the course of this tree planting campaign, we could spend over $100 million. There is a more efficient way to get more trees in the ground for less money. Bare root trees are much less expensive from the nursery. Because they are smaller and lighter, they do not have soil around the roots. No heavy equipment or a lot of labor is needed to plant these trees. The size and weight of bare root trees encourages volunteers to be involved with tree planting. Smaller trees tend to establish quicker and adapt to their surroundings better than larger trees. And because the roots are exposed at time of planting, it is easier to ensure the proper planting depth of the tree. Aside from the trees being smaller, another drawback is that bare root trees from the nursery can only be planted during the dormant season when they are lifted. A novel bare root tree planting strategy using gravel beds and hydroponics to grow abundant, fibrous roots on bare root trees is being tested in Nashville. Bare root trees are planted in gravel beds during the winter, grown for several months in the irrigated beds, and then can be extracted and outplanted in as few as 4 to 5 months. Planting trees in late summer and early fall extends the bare root tree planting window. The advantages of this tree growing method is that it is relatively easy and inexpensive to construct, it is reusable for many years, and is low maintenance once the watering cycle is established. Before constructing the gravel bed, several things should be considered. A water source is needed as the bed will need to be watered periodically throughout the day, so locate the bed near a water spigot. To ensure even watering for all trees, build the bed on relatively flat ground. You will also want to have adequate space on all sides of the bed to help with extracting the trees. We chose to build a raised bed using treated 2x10s held together at the corners with stacked planter wall blocks. The lumber was stacked on end to give adequate depth to the bed. Line the bed with heavy plastic to help retain moisture in the gravel. Depending on the length of the sides, drive a 1/2 inch rebar on the outside of the bed to help retain its shape after the gravel is added. When the frame is completed, load the gravel and level it. Now you are ready to plant the trees in the gravel. Bare root trees from the nursery typically do not have a lot of root mass to hold it upright, so you will need to set the trees relatively deep in the gravel to keep the trees from falling over or leaning. Setting them 6 inches to 9 inches deep should be adequate. Once the trees are planted, give them a good watering to keep the roots moist, and then lay the soaker hose between the rows of trees. Do not hook the timer up to the spigot until after the threat of hard freezing temperatures has passed. Throughout the spring and summer, the trees will be automatically irrigated every 6 hours for about 15 minutes during each cycle. Thanks to this tree growing method, Root Nashville volunteers will have healthy trees with strong roots to plant in the fall. For more information on tree planting opportunities, visit the Root Nashville website.